The Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
The time that Elon Musk and Donald Trump were having their public, ugly, messy divorce yesterday, top MAGA podcaster Joe Rogan was interviewing none other than Donald Trump's FBI director, Kash Patel, and both of them learned about the ugly eruption between Musk and Trump while they were having the podcast, and I want you to see, it's hilarious. Both Rogan and especially Patel are blown away, and Kash Patel is freaking out and says he cannot talk about it. He will not talk about it.
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing...
You will tell it?
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it.
Joe Rogan just stepped into the chat and backed Katt Williams up about the wild things. Hess said about Trump, and Diddy this comes after Elon Musk got on the internet and accused Trump of being on the Epstein list. He said the reason Trump's administration has been working over to Mito keep those documents sealed and vaulted is because Trump was on that list too, and they don't want it to come out because it could lead to him getting impeached and even thrown in jail. Not only that, but he could even possibly get most of his assets seized if he's found guilty. The crazy thing is that Trump wasn't just getting dirty with Diddy, he was also involved with Diddy. And he was shameless enough to pose up in photos with those two men as if they weren't touching kids. And singing people left, right, and center. Katt Williams and Joe Rogan shocked the internet when Katt appeared on his podcast and spilled major tea about the Illuminati and how most of these celebrities, aka Trump and Diddy, indulged themselves with Epstein in order to touch on kids. Katt did this podcast right after his Club Shay Shay interview, and we all know he didn't have the best things to say about Diddy in that either. He straight up told people that Diddy is the demon of the industriand, that in order for young men to savor their dignity, they have to say no to his party invites. If not, they'll wake up the next day up with their holes all sore from hours long of saw. He also brought up how he tried to warn folks about Harvey Weinstein touching on little people, but they tried to cancel him. He also dragged Idris Tucker through hell for being Epstein Island along with Diddy, and Trump now going back to that interview Katt did with Joe Rogan didn't hold back at all. He said there as in why people like Epstein were able to get away with the crimes they did for that long is because they were being protected by powerful people who were also benefiting from the things they were doing. And we all know this is true because Epstein was messing with Trump and Diddy, and those two men having not bored.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light. They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there?
I told him no. What y'all do? The Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
Oh, Lord.
If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say. To be confident and not delusional is a real skill.
Now going back to that interview Katt did with Joe Rogan, he didn't hold back at all. He said the reason why people like Epstein were able to get away with the crimes they did for that long is because they were being protected by powerful people who were also benefiting from the things they were doing. And we all know this is true because Epstein was messing with Trump and Diddy. And those two men have enough power to protect him for as long as they can because they were also getting something from him. I mean, why else will they be at his island and get photographed with him knowing very well what he was getting up to?
These Epstein-like characters have existed throughout history, whether they were kings or what, human beings are human beings universally. So everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment has not existed.
To protect him for as long as they can. Because they were also getting something from him. I mean, why else will they be at his island and get photographed with him knowing very well what he was getting up to? See, at the time, folks knew Katt was onto some thing, but they weren't very sure the exact people. He was trying to accuse off being mixed up with Diddy till recently when Elon Musk got into it with Trump and accused him of being on the Epstein list, Trump. And Elon started feuding a few days ago when Trump passed the new bill, basically telling electric vehicle companies like Elon's Tesla that they were no longer a priority. The bill removed the reduced electric vehicle tax credits to give more support to companies that produce cars that use fuel instead of green energy like Tesla. Wasn't having any of this, and he went on a long crash-out session on where he said, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore, this massive outrageous pork filled." Congressional spink bill is a disgusting abomination shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong, you know it, call your senator, call your congressman bankrupt. America is not okay, kill double, keep the solar incentive cuts in. Bill, even though no oil and gas subsidies are touched very unfair. But ditch the mountain of disgusting pork in bill in the history of civilization there. Has never been legislation that both big and beautiful, everyone knows this, either you get a big and ugly bill or a slim and beautiful bill slim. And beautiful is the way child Elon was pressed to the ground he was out here calling everyone and their mama to help him the bill. As if he isn't one of their asins, Trump is in power in the first place. Like, why are we in the group chat of a sudden Trump claims? Elon knew about the bill before co-signing him. Elon said he didn't know. And that if it wasn't for him, Trump wouldn't even win elections. False, this bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in dead of night so fast that almost noon in Congress. Would even read it without me, Trump would have lost the election. Such ingratitude. And just when thought things couldn't get anywhere, Elon pulled the ultimate petty move when he accused Trump of being part of the Epstein list. He said the reason Trump's administration hadn't put it out was because he doesn't want to go to jail, that it won't be long before the entire truth comes out, time to drop their alley big. Bomb Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have Anastasia DJT mark this post for the future the truth will come out. Right after Elon made this allegation, people started digging into Trump's affiliations with Epstein, and baby Trump was really connected to Epstein. He wassled up in all Epstein's parties, looking really comfortable, an audio clip also leaked. Amidst this back and forth in which Epstein called Trump his best friend, in the same breath he also called Trump out for being a bad person and going behind people's backs to destroy them. He said Trump has this thing where it becomes close to someone and then turns around to betray them. By going behind their back to do them dirty, it genuinely sounded like he was telling Elon from the past about what Trump would end up doing to him. What's crazy is that Joe Rogan got all the tea about the wild allegations Elon made about Trump buying in the Epstein list. Joe found out about it while on live doing an interview with the FBI director Kash Patel of all people. And baby, their reaction was priceless, especially Kash looked freaked out. And Joe also started panicking and even trying.
Charming. He is able to convince people, so he tells everybody what they want to hear.
So how do you know this?
That was supposed to straight.
He has a sense of humor. He can be funny.
He's right. His ability to sell It's very much like Clinton. Both Bill and Donald have the ability to go over to a fat, ugly woman, say, you are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. She probably doesn't have a scalp reduction. You see that? You say male pattern woman that we all have. There's not a horrible human being. Does nasty things to his best friends' wives. Anyone who first tries to gain their trust and uses it to do bad things. That's how we get.
What's crazy is that Joe Rogan got all the tea about the wild allegations Elon made about Trump being on the Epstein list. Joe found out about it while on live, doing an interview with the FBI director, Kash Patel, of all people. And baby, their reaction was priceless, especially Kash. Kash looked freaked out, and Joe also started panicking and even trying to brush it off.
It's going to come up because it's been going on since we've been recording here. Elon and Trump seem to be in a bit of a spat. Joe, you want to check the tweet that Elon just put out a little bit ago?
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
I'm not participating in any of that conversation
What is
between
he?
Elon
Have a
and Trump.
nice day, DGT. Someone should take his phone away.
They're going back and forth about different things.
Yeah, listen.
Well, he said he was disappointed in Elon.
Yeah, he told him to leave.
Jesus Christ, that's a crazy thing to say. How does he know? Does he know that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? Or does he have access to the Epstein files?
I don't know how he would, but I'm just staying out of the Trump-Elon thing. That's way outside my lane.
What the fuck are they doing?
I know my lane, and that ain't it.
I just don't. I mean, I understand he owns Twitter. I think it's bad for your mental health. I think posting things public all day and arguing with people all day is bad for you.
Kash Patel is FBI director. Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi, his boss, have been the leading Trump figureheads in the Trump administration with respect to the Epstein files. Both of them have talked about, oh, hell yeah, we're going to release it. And they actually had some internal conflict because they are blaming each other. Well, Pam Bondi was blaming Kash Patel's FBI as the reason for the lack of full release of the Epstein files. And they've been certainly dragging their feet on it. Kash Patel would be one of the foremost experts on what are in those files. He ran his mouth about the Epstein files when he was just a right-wing podcaster prior to becoming FBI director. That would have been easy for him to say, hey, listen, I don't want to talk about this too much. All I can say unequivocally is that's just bullshit from Elon. Of course, Donald Trump is not in the Epstein files. And yet, no denial. So I love it. I love to see the freak out in MAGA world.
Trying to brush it off. What's interesting about Joe being so quick to brush off what Elon was saying is that just a few months ago, Elon was on his show, and they were discussing how these celebrities were mute when it came to Diddy. But we're quick to campaign against Trump. Not once in the interview did Joe call Elon out for trying to put out a narrative, but as soon as it's about Trump now, he's saying Elon's phone should be taken away, child please, as usual people had their own thoughts. Like this person who said, I love how Kash Patel is like, I don't want nothing to do with what my job actually entails of keeping. Oh my God, so good. Another person said you could tell Katt was reserved in the things he wanted to say. Wish they had a better relationship so he could have just opened up and talked the way you could tell he wanted to. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Joe confirming Pat's allegations about Trump and Diddy? And do y'all think Trump is really being protected from getting exposed for his affiliation to Epstein? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other mess of video.